Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams. Thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel today. Today I have a really fun project to share with you using the 2020 December hip kit. So recently I joined the hip kit design team, which I'm super excited about. I love their kits. I've been subscribed to them for quite a while now. Anyway, so I'm thrilled to be joining their team. So the first thing I wanted to show you is unrelated to the project, but if you haven't tried these plastic sleeves from scrapbook.com, you ought to give them a try. I use them all the time. They've perfectly fit, a few pattern papers, a couple of embellishments, and keep everything neat and tidy. And anyway, it's got a closure here so nothing falls out. Anyway, I think I bought a pack of 5 of them, and I'm constantly using them. So, okay, let's jump into the project. So I'm gonna set aside a few things here. I have just a little dish here to the side of my workspace, and I'm gonna set some of these embellishments and stuff to the side until I'm ready to work with them. So I have a few pattern papers that I have cut down that we're going to use, and then for the background on my page I chose this really pretty multicolored snowflake pattern, and I cut a 1/2 inch strip off of the top so that I could keep this this blue branding strip at the bottom. So this paper is called Perfectly Plaid, and it's got this really pretty plaid on the back side. But for this layout, I wanted to go with the snowflakes. So my assignment for this project was to back a cut file in a unique way. So this is what I came up with. I cut out 2 big snowflakes, and then I cut out a lot of little strips of this blue pattern paper, and I punched them with my scallop border punch, and then I adhered them on the back of the cut file and trimmed it up. I did add a piece of white cardstock just to give it a little more substance, so it was a little easier to work with. And I did the same here on this one. So I love the little bit of texture and interest that it gives to these cut files. So these cut files are available on the Hip Kit website. Anyway, so let's jump in and get started. So as you saw earlier, I have one 4x6 photo, and I have a couple of pattern papers that I want to use as photo mats. So this kit is got a nice winter and kind of a nod to the new year, but it's not overly themed for the new year. Okay, so I'm just gonna adhere this pink star paper to this nice pretty blue and white plaid. And then on top of that, I'm going to add the photo. Okay, and I think that I want something like this, but I'm not ready to adhere things down yet. I want to build a couple more layers here and make sure that I have room for all of my other elements. So I'm just going to kind of lay things down here for a second. I took this was a card that came from the Pocket Page kit. And I'm just going to add, I cut it out like this because I wanted to save this really pretty pink pattern. But I want to add it down to this corner. And I'll show you why in just 1 second. We're just going to get this. Okay, so we're just going to adhere this paper right there on the back with a little pop of pink. And the reason I did that is because I have printed my journaling on this kind of peachy pink paper, and it's going to go right up in this area. So I wanted something to balance out the color up here, and so that's why I added this piece down here. So I'm going to keep adding a few elements here. I have this tag that I made. I believe that the tag set is in the main kit. And then this adorable little alphabet, which I hope you can see that. I love those little pink letters. There's little pink letters and blue letters as well. But for this project, we're going to go with the pink. And the title of this layout is Winter Birthday. So I'm thinking that I want something like this. And I'm going to go ahead and put this puffy sticker down. And just adhere it or place it here kind of at the bottom of the photo on top of that pink paper. Don't forget the dot to the eye. And then we'll go ahead and adhere that. This had a little pocket that you could add a tag into it for some journaling. I just wanted to use it as part of my title, so it's actually sewn shut so that you can't use it, which is totally fine. I have another spot for my journaling, and I'm just sticking these loose threads to the back. And we're going to put that right there. And I thought that this little hat would be adorable right there. This page tells the story of I'm not a big fan of winter. I don't love the cold. I don't love the snow. And one of our first big snowstorms this year happened on I guess in 2020, happened on my birthday. And anyway, that's the story of this layout. So I have a couple more embellishments that I want to add. And two of them are these chipboard snowflakes. And I thought they would be fun layered on top of these snowflake cut files. So because it's a really textured surface that I'm adhering these to, I took the adhesive that they come with off. I just peeled off the backing, and then I put on liquid adhesive. Sorry, couldn't think there for a minute. And I'm going to do the same on this one. Some liquid adhesive. Put that just right in the middle of that one. So I think I'm going to go ahead and adhere. I'm probably going to do my photo block first, since I've got so many layers here. I want to make sure that I have enough room for my photo, of course. I'll just remove the backing of the tape here. I'm using 1/2 inch double-sided tape on a roll from scrapbook.com. I really do like that adhesive, and I'll leave a link for it in the description box below. Just make sure I have everything straight here. And then I am going to tuck this snowflake underneath. I'm going to adhere it with liquid glue to make sure that it stays in place. I am only going to adhere the center of it because I want the arms, I guess, I don't know what you call these, the white part of the snowflake here to kind of curl up and come off the page just a little bit. Okay, and then I have this acetate scalloped border, and I'm going to use my Xyron sticker maker to put adhesive on that so that you won't be able to see the adhesive. Let's just make sure that's stuck down really well. Put that aside so it doesn't stick to my project. And then I'm just going to put this right here alongside of that bottom layer and press that into place. For this snowflake, I do want it to be kind of, or to overlap the photo just a little bit. Since this is not, you know, I'm not covering up anybody's face or covering anything super important from that photo. Really, the story that I'm wanting to tell on this page is about the snow. So I think the snowflake overlapping will work perfectly. Okay, and then here along the top of the photo mat, I wanted to add a little blue bow. And this, I believe this set of bows comes in the embellishment pack. If you've worked with bows, the fabric bows from, I believe it's Pink Fresh Studio, these ones are very similar, but they are paper instead of the fabric. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of adhesive here to start sticking the bow together. Just fold that into place carefully. And I'm not creasing the sides of the bow. I don't want them creased. I want there to be a little bit of dimension there. So then we're just going to adhere this top piece to the back piece, and I'll take it off my photo to do that, because just my luck, I would get glue on my photo. And then I'm going to put a dot of glue on the front and a small dot of glue on the back. And fold that around carefully. And we'll need one more small dot of glue. I need to put, actually I'm not going to put the pin back in that quite yet because I want to glue the bow in place. So I'm just going to eyeball the center here and hold that down for just a second. And now I will put the pin back in my glue. This is art glitter glue. I really, really like it. But if you leave the pin out for more than just a minute or two, it will clog. So, okay, I have one more element that I wanted to add, right? I'm not sure how I want this to go. I think I'm going to cut the mittens apart. And don't be afraid to cut your embellishments and die cuts apart to make them work for your project. Because this one is these mittens are definitely going to work better for me as two separate pieces than they would as one. Let's see, I'm just going to, there we go. I just want to, the reason for adding the mittens is to balance out that pop of red that I have down here. I just want to balance that out on the top of the layout. Okay, I just grabbed my T-square ruler. If you don't have a T-square ruler in your stash, in your craft space, this is one of my most used tools. I love it and use it all the time. So I actually had planned to put the journaling up here, but I'm kind of liking it down here better because it creates a stronger diagonal line this way. And if I do that, then I've got a little bit of white space, which I think is good on this page. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Kind of change plans. This is going to look a little different than I thought it would. But that's okay. So again, I'm just going to use my sticker maker here to put adhesive on the back of my journaling. Typically, I use a really thin, an 1/8 of, is this 1/8? Yeah, the 1/8 of the double-sided adhesive from scrapbook.com, but you know, I have my Xyron sitting right here and that's going to work a little bit faster. So we're going to go with that. And I'm just going to take my scissors and carefully, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to start from the top here and just carefully snip that first strip off. And just going to take my ruler here and I'm going to overlap the snowflake a little bit. And then I will just continue. Once I have one journaling strip, then I'm pretty good at eyeballing the rest of them. But I definitely need that ruler to get the first strip into place. Okay, so I'm going to bounce my journaling strips so they don't all end in the same place or begin in the same place. You might see here, let me show this a little bit. So you can see a little bit right there. I have journaling under that. So how I printed on this pattern paper was I typed up my journaling just in Microsoft Word, and I printed it just on plain white copy paper. And then, let's see, that one's completely coming apart, which is okay. We'll use some liquid adhesive on this one. So I printed it out just on plain white. Man, I'm struggling today, guys. I printed it out on plain white copy paper, and then I trimmed a piece of pattern paper, the pattern that I wanted to print on, and adhered it right on top of the journaling that I had printed. So I just used a tape runner, just adhered it really good, and ran it through the printer again. So instead of trying to peel off the white copy paper journaling, I just left it and it's sticking together. So I technically have two journaling strips, but it's not a big deal. In fact, I actually kind of like it because it gives the journaling strip a little bit of dimension. So anyway, let me know. I've had someone mentioned the other day, and I think it was over on Instagram, that they would like a tutorial on how I do my journaling strips. I'm trying to decide if that's something I want to do over on Instagram or something that I make a full YouTube video on. So let me know in the comments if you are interested in a quick tutorial on how I do my journaling strips. And I can do that either on Instagram or over here on YouTube, or maybe both places. Let me know in the comments. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for stopping by today and for hanging out with me for this first video as a member of the Hip Kit Club design team. So thank you for stopping by. Please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thanks again for stopping by, and I'll see you again soon.